Welcome to Upstream Tech60. Subject for today is audit a prospect, and it could be a new customer, of course. The idea here is to let tech and sales cooperate with a project. The project will be a new sales, and it will be an extended audit. Kaseya can audit a lot just by clicking and schedule audit, but we can also tweak the audit with agent procedures. And I will discuss a couple of tweaks we have here, and you can see them on the screen right now. We have disk temp and smart status and so on. I will discuss these kind of extended audit features and basically do all of this automatically when the agent installs. We'll do this step by step in an orderly fashion, and we are going to use one organization called prospects, like this. I will show how to create that organization. We will use one agent template. We will use Kaseya Policy Manager as well as the central of the whole delivery. So everything will tie down to Policy Manager, and that's why we are using a prospect organization to tie all of those policies to that organization. We'll split this session into two parts. This first session will be highly technical and how to make this happen, so to speak, in the environment. The second part, next time, the next Tech60, will be more of a sales/tech cooperation. So we will actually visualize everything we do here today with the reports. So basically the process for you guys will be: install the agent on a customer prospect, wait 7 days, 14 days or so, collect information, and report on that data. So step 1, we have to create the organization and the prospect machine groups. And this you do by going to the System tab down here, and you click on Manage, Orgs, Groups, Departments and Staff, and you create a new organization like this. Name the organization, for instance, Prospect, and the organization name, Prospect, and just save it. This will be populated with the organization Prospect like this, and we can afterwards create more machine groups. The ideal situation would be to have one machine group per prospect, per customer, so to speak. So I've created two examples here. One customer example, we will actually use that for two machines, one virtual Windows machine and one virtual Windows server. And then we have the template machine group, and this template machine group will have only one agent in it, an agent template. The step 2 is to create an agent template. Why should we use templates? We have Policy Manager, you might ask, but we have one single detail that do not yet have been implemented in Policy Manager, and that's the event log setting collection. If I create one agent under prospect template agents like this, I go to agent, I go to create, I select my machine group correctly like this, and create a new agent called like this, demo for instance, and just create it. As you can see, you have the demo agent here, and the symbol here is orange. That actually describes that this agent has not checked in, and it will not consume any licenses for you. So you can create how many templates you wish. The idea is to create one template and just tie the event log settings to that agent. That's the one thing we cannot use the Policy Manager to. Why should we do that? Why should we collect all the event logs from a customer? Yeah, that's actually the answer for that is to have full control of the customer. If we collect application and security and system logs for example 14 days or so, you have a very, very good spreadsheet of information for how the machines behave on that customer. We will in next session do filtering reports for application crashes. We will do reports for everything that happens in the event log that can benefit sales, find problems. So that's why we create an agent, just collect the event log settings like this, select application, security and system. That's all. Nothing more. In step 2, we also have to create the agent itself. Based upon this template we just created, we go to agent, we go to deploy agents, and we create a new package. And the whole idea to create a new package is we can pinpoint where should the new agent call home. It will actually go to the customer example. The customer example is just a normal customer, so to speak, normal prospect, and we will create a designed agent for that prospect. So all of the distribution will be to the right machine group at once. A dedicated agent for that prospect or customer. We will make a silent install. Maybe we would like to deploy the agents afterwards in Active Directory or push out agents via LANwatch. We can also add the /J switch, as I always recommend. It will not add the Kaseya in the start menu for Windows. /J. This is an important part, step 4 here. We will copy the settings for this template upon this newly created package. Why? Because we would like to have all of those event log settings we just talked about here, collecting event logs on those machines deployed. So that's the idea by creating a template and creating a package for that template, just for the event log settings to be collected. Press next, choose perhaps Windows machine and name it like the machine group is called, prospect customer example, and save. Now we have the agent available. Just by clicking we can actually download the package like this as an installer. The installer itself will be 1.7 megabyte of size, and you can have this installer with you on a USB drive or on another storage. As a technician, if you start this project with the sales team /technicians, the technician can have the task to actually deploy the agents. Maybe the sales representative have visited the customer, and maybe the sales representative can also install the first agent at the customer site. That's why it's beneficial for you to have an agent already prepared for the sales personnel to just install it on one machine. The agent has now been installed on the prospect customer example, and we can see we have one server here, and it's a 2008 server, small business, a normal customer installation. And now we have to actually enable a LANwatch on that machine, and it's beneficial to have LANwatch running very often, because maybe there are new devices coming up or going down during this, let's say 7 or 14 days you have the agent installed at the customer, at a prospect. It's better to have this LANwatch run frequently. So let's say that we run LANwatch every hour, every 3 hours or so. Just by doing this, we can ensure that we don't miss any available equipment that do have an IP address. Machines, printers, routers, whatever. Anything that have an IP address within that subnet. The result of this is during 14 days we will collect all of the IP addresses and we can actually look at the LAN like this. Go to LAN Discovery here and view LAN on that machine that just ran the LAN watch. Click on that, and here you can see all of the IP addresses available and also all of the vendors tied to that MAC address. And that's beneficial for sales. They can see what kind of equipment they have outside of the normal Windows/Windows servers machines. They can see you have Hewlett-Packard print port, printers, you have Cisco routers, you have Netgear equipment and stuff like that. So you have a full audit of the customer, all of the customer's equipment, so to speak. Very easy, without any more intervenence with the customer. So that's step 2. In this step we have created a template. We have explained why we have to create a template. That's mainly the event log settings described before. We have created an installer, an agent installer based upon that template. So when the installer executes, it will jump into the prospect customer example here and actually start collecting the event logs directly. And we ran LAN watch on that server we just installed first time here, and that's a beneficial to have all of the IP addresses available like this. So step 3. Now let's go to the Kaseya Policy Manager, because everything we do from here on will be from the Kaseya Policy Manager. Basically what it is a collection of settings in one place. Every settings you can see around here in agent menu, check-in, credentials and all of that is collected into one single pane of glass. Compare it with Active Directory group policy. Let's go to the policy sections here and take a look at the policies I've created for the prospect. The prospect itself is divided into 2 parts, Windows servers and Windows workstations, and we tie those policies to a view. We always tie policies to a view. If you have the Power Pack, you should have all of these kind of views available. If you do not, I recommend you download it. I will give you the link in the end of this session. All of these views are available from our Tech60 blog. You tie everything in policies to a view. So basically you can tie multiple policies in one organization. If you take a look at the prospect all Windows workstations here, the view itself is tied to the role all workstations. And you might ask, what about Apple or what about Linux workstations? But if there are settings here that do not comply on an Apple, for instance, a monitor set or so, it won't get applied. Focus on the agent procedures here. We have one single agent procedure that will run once the agent checks into the prospect customer example. In this case, it will just run once. The idea of this master procedure is to run a couple of sub procedures. I will explain what those are up to afterwards here. An agent procedure will be run like this. We have a log history set for 14 days on everything collected, and you can stretch or minimize whatever you like this kind of threshold here. Why we choose 14 days is hopefully the project you have won't expand more than 14 days. We have a patch procedure schedule set for every single day, and this can of course be changed from your point of view if you wish. So it will do a patch scan every day in this case. Just patch scan. An audit for the patch. What's missing and what's installed. We will also not enable the agent icon. Let's remove that. And we will also add a monitor set in workstations called the CPU usage for computers, and create an alarm when the CPU goes bananas. Let's take a look at the agent procedures here, what actually this does. And this is new. This is something we have worked upon a while now, and we are introducing this today. Let's take a look at the agent procedures. And the power pack is divided into two parts. We have the upstream power pack here. The goal of the power pack like this is to everything in this power pack will just be point and click. You will not have to do anything from your point of view in your Kaseya server. If I would like to update Flash Player on a machine, just click Run Now. Everything will be grabbed from the internet or from various FTP sites on the internet, from Adobe, Oracle for Sun, Java, and so on. So everything will be grabbed from the internet without local files. That's the upstream power pack, point and click. Then we have the upstream extended power pack, and why we call it extended is because this requires you guys to make changes or add stuff on your Kaseya server. Most of the parts in this case, it's just custom fields. I will explain how to do those custom fields, and all of those custom fields necessary will be posted on our Tech60 blog, so you do not need to have those now. I will go to the audit section and go to system information. Audit system information. Take a look at the custom fields here. You can see that we have added a couple. We have a purchase date, warranty expires, we have Windows experience, index score, we have a disk temperature, we have smart status, and so on. Everything is from agent procedures, except for the ones up here. This one, warranty expires and purchase date, is actually from the updatewarranty.com site, and I can give you the link afterwards here. That will actually feed our Kaseya database with all of the purchase date and warranty expires information available for Dell, HP, Apple, and stuff. Fujitsu, Sony, many computer companies. So, system information, custom fields. You can create new custom field by just clicking on the new custom fields up here, like this. Good to know. Let's jump back to the agent procedures and take a look at one or two of the auditing scripts. First of all, we have the custom field here, audit master procedure. Just run this. This will actually kickstart everything else. So you just have to set one script to run them all, so to speak. And here we actually here we have a description of all the custom fields needed in this. So it will run every of the other scripts in a orderly fashion, like this, in a row. So take a look at the local PST files. What's the idea of having that kind of audit? Well, most of the people nowadays maybe have Exchange servers and mail connected to that, but we still have small offices, small customers that actually are having their mail collected to their own machines in PST files. I have stories from my own company when I was running Kaseya about having to track down machines that have local PST files, because there are problems in terms of backup. Maybe the workstation itself are not backed up correctly, and what happens if the drive disappears or the drive breaks down and you don't have a backup of your PST files? Maybe the issue is that that's the only mails you have actually. Maybe you're collecting all the mails with POP3 from the internet. So and the contacts and everything will be in that file. So in this case we are actually just looking for PST files on the local C drive, and the results of the output from that directory scan will be in a text file called PST result, and that file will collect as a variable in the system, and with that variable called PST we will check, first of all, is there any is there any PST file containing that text file? Yes or no? If it's yes, okay, then put the information yes in the local PST files you saw earlier. This will indicate that, okay, we have a local PST file on that machine. Maybe we should target a technician to actually take a look on that machine if there are any backups of that PST file. Good to know. If it's no, well, there is no PST files local on that machine. Good enough. Maybe they use IMAP or maybe they use something else, some other mail system than Outlook. Good enough. That's one example. The next example I will show is the disk temperature. This is not a monitor set, so to speak. It just measures the temperature when you run the procedure. But let's play you run this procedure, let's say once a week or a couple of times a week. Then you have pretty sure accurate information about how the temperature works. It will scan the local C drive and collect the information from a tool that we deliver called Disk Temp. Kudos to some guy called Dave Vucic for finding Disk Temp on the Kaseya community forum. We do not take credit for that. And we are delivering this from our Dropbox site. So it's point and click, so to speak, but we do have all of these files available within the PowerPack. So you can upload it to your own Kaseya server if you do not wish to use our Dropbox site. So feel free to do whatever you like there. But it will measure the disk temp and put it up in the audit fields like this. And the last thing, the Windows Experience Index. If you have bad Windows Experience indexing, that's sales as well. Maybe you should have more memory in the machine, a better graphic card, whatever possible solution. Maybe a new machine as well. I will not drill down how this script works, but we used VMI to just get the objects available and put it on a field per index in the Windows Experience. There are several key measurements in the experience indexing. So for the Windows Experience indicators, that's the right name. The result of all of these procedures here will be shown here under Agent Status. I have actually selected the columns here available directly from the audit, like this. We have the disk temp, we have the V-score, local PST files, and smart and warranty expires and stuff like that. All available here. And here you can see the results of the scripts doing their work. And this can be applied just by adding an agent on the customer site manually or distributed by choice, and just wait for the information to pop up. Nothing from your side has to be done at all. So that's the end of part 1 in this 2-session Tech60, how to audit a customer. The next session will be about how to report upon all of this stuff. I will give you a sneak peek. Reporting all of this stuff is also something you can automate. You do not have to do this every single time. So let's play with the thought that you have everything in place. You can create all of these reports and just make a report after, let's say, 7 or 14 days at when the customer has run their evaluation of your service. And then you can show the customer this, or even better, you and the salespersons talk to each other and just give the customers the best suggestions based upon this information you have here. So I will go through everything how to create those kind of reports next time. This ends the session, but it will not end the conversation. I will end the recording now, but stay put so we can have a discussion and questions and answers about what we just did. Thank you for watching.